Assalamu alaikum. How are you everyone? Hope you are all fine again. Again, we will continue lesson 11.7, adding and subtracting radical expressions. To remember what we already explained yesterday, we added and subtracted the radical together. Here in this example, as a quick revision, if we want to add 6 radical 15 plus 2 radical 15 plus 3 radical 15, it is exactly the same as if we are adding algebraic expressions with like terms, as you can see here obviously. These three terms are like terms. Why? Because x and x and x are the same in everything, in the exponent, in the variable itself. So we could add here the 6 and the 2 and the 3 together, and we put x outside. So the answer is 11x. 6x plus 2x plus 3x is equal to 11x. Exactly the same as if we are adding the radicals. 6 radical 15 plus 2 radical 15 plus 3 radical 15. Since the radicals are all the same, so we can add the coefficients. 6 plus 2 plus 3, so it is 6 radical 11 radical 15. Okay, here to simplify as and also exercises for same topic. Simplify each of the following. The first one, 4 plus 3 3 radical 7 plus 6 plus 5 radical 7. The second one, as you can see, 5 radical 27 plus 6 radical 3 minus 4 radical 48. Now number one, to do this exercise, we must first reorder the terms. We will write the like terms together. For example, 4 and 6 are both constants, so we will write them in one parenthesis to add them together. And these two here, 5 radical 7 and 3 radical 7, are also like terms, so we put it in between same two parentheses. Here we will add 4 plus 10 is 4 plus 6 is equal to 10, and 3 radical 7, 5 radical 7 is equal to 8 radical 7. Again, we don't add the radicals, we add the coefficients of the radicals. Can we add more? Can we simplify more? Of course no, because 10 doesn't have any radical or doesn't have radical 7. So this is the last simplified answer. The second example here, we don't know which are the like terms. So we have first to simplify the radicals that we can simplify. Look here, radical 3 is already simplified. It is a prime number, we can simplify more. While 27, we will search for a perfect square that if you multiply it by any number, we'll get 27. Of course, it is 9. 9 times 3 will give 27, and 9 is a perfect square. Also for 48, we will search for a perfect square. 48 contains more than one perfect square, but the highest one, the largest one, the biggest one is 16. It is 16 times 3. To simplify it once, if you put less than, for example, it is also 4 times 12. 4 also is a radical, is a perfect square. But radical 12, then radical 12, we need to simplify it more. So here, the best is to choose 16 times 3. Okay, simplify. 9 is 3 squared. As you know, the square will be cancelled with the radical. So over the 3 will go out here. 3 square is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. And the 3 only will be inside the root. 6 radical 3 will be written as it is. And there, radical 16 is 4. The answer is 4. Multiply the numbers which are outside here, outside the root. 5 times 3 is 15, and 4 times 4 is 16. Now we can see obviously that these are all like terms. All contains radical 3. So we can easily add and subtract the coefficients. 15 plus 6 is 21, minus 16 is equal to 5 and we put the radical 3 as it is. Okay, this is another example. Look here, it contains x inside the radical. We will see if we can simplify more. 28 is not a prime number. We can simplify it to be 4 times 7. 4 is a perfect square and 7 is not. Now 28 is also 14 times 2, but 14 is not a perfect square nor 2. They are both not a perfect square, non-perfect square. So here we will choose one which is a perfect square, which is 4. Now radical 4, we split the radical 4 times radical 7x. Radical 4 is 2, and we multiply 5 times 2 equal to 10. We'll go there to the other term. Now here we can simplify. 7x is already a prime algebraic expression, so we can simplify more. Look, we wrote it in the whole steps as it is. Okay, now in the last step here, we can subtract, since in the radicand, the thing which is inside the radical are both the same, 7x and 7x. So we can subtract 10 minus 2 with 10 minus 8, which is 2 radical 7x. Another example. 125b plus radical square root of 125b plus 3 radical 20b minus radical 45b. We have to simplify each. Work on each separately. Look, 125 can be factored as 25 times 5. 25, now split the root into 2 radicals. Here, radical 25 is 5. Radical 5b can't be simplified, so we write it as it is. Now move to the second term, 3 radical 20b. Factorize 20, it is 4 times 5. We don't, again, choose any two numbers. We choose the numbers that only one of them is a perfect square. Here it is 4. Now 4 times 5b. Split the root. It is square root of 4, square root of 5b. This is square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 5b, we'll write it as it is. Then the answer is 3 times 2 is 6 radical 5b. The third term is 45b. 45, as you all know, it is 9 times 5b. Now 9, now split the roots. It is radical 9, radical 5b. Radical 9 is 3, radical 5b. We write it as it is, and then we write it all as it is. As you can see, the three terms, the result here, the three terms, all have the same root, which is 5 root 5b, root 5b, root 5b. So we can add and subtract the radicals, the coefficients. So 5 plus 6 is 11, minus 3 is 8, and we write the radical as it is. This is the simplified one. Last example is an application of this. Now find the perimeter of the triangle. Give your answer as a radical expression in simplest form. This is the triangle. As we all know that the perimeter is the sum of all sides. If we want to find the perimeter, we will add all sides. But in this case here, we can't add from the first step. 12 plus 5 radical 7 plus radical 28 can't be added from the first step. So we have to simplify each. 12 is a whole number, can't be simplified more, so it will be 12 in the whole steps. Okay. The second one, also 5 radical 7. 7 is a prime number, can't be factored more, so we write it in the whole steps as it is. Only we can simplify radical 28, since 28 is not a prime number and it contains a perfect square, which is 4. 28 is 4 times 7. Split the root. It is radical 4 times radical 7. Radical 4 is 2, and radical 7, we write it as it is. We don't have any answer for it. Now, here 12, 5 radical 7 and 2 radical 7. Where are the like terms? Of course, those are the like terms only. We add these two terms only because the 12 doesn't have any radical. So we write the 12 as it is and we add the coefficients of these two radicals. 5 plus 2 is 7 radical 7 and this is the perimeter of this triangle. 12 plus 7 radical 7 centimeters. Hope you understood everything. Thank you so much. Be careful. Thank you.